It's showtime.
Hello and welcome to Musical Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts, Tim
and LJ. Today and every week we will be discussing musicals, but specifically what they taught us.
What do you think people would do if we swapped it over 1 week?
And I said I was Tim and you were LJ?
Well, that's not what I was thinking, but I was kind of thinking you doing the first bit of the intro and me doing the second bit. Now that I've got the first bit sussed. I know, I mean, like, I don't know why I'm messing.
Well, why?
I
It'll
don't
take you another 20 episodes to...
Yeah. Oh, let's not start too early, dear. Let's not go there. How are we?
We are good. How are you?
Good. Fine.
Oh.
Wonderful.
That was...
Joyful.
I really am not believing that.
Is it the holidays yet?
Oh, I know. I really feel like it should be October already.
I feel like I've been working for a very long time, and it's really only been a couple of weeks. Anyway, we've got executive producer Aaron back again.
Yeah, he did a good job the last time.
Yeah. Did we behave ourselves the last time, Aaron?
You behaved impeccably, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to mess with Aaron's right now, to be fair.
I think there was a couple of naughty words and maybe a few innuendos. But
Not from me.
No, you were on your best behaviour.
See? Thank you. Gold star.
Class.
Here. I have new... I just hit you again. I keep doing that, like slapping your arm, going, here, got.
That's okay, yeah.
Sorry, apologies.
It's okay. It's all right.
I've booked something.
What have you booked? A holiday?
Yeah.
A trip?
A trip.
Okay.
But I'm finally going to see something that I've been really, really desperate to see.
Oh my goodness, are you going to London?
I'm going to London and I'm going to see Guys and Dolls.
Oh, I'm so proud that you're able to go and do this.
I am so excited. So excited.
I am so jealous.
I don't think I've ever been as excited for a show in my life.
Do you know what cast should be on?
Oh, I don't know. It's Halloween. Okay. So it's not too far away either. And it is definitely something that's getting me through work. Like, it's something I'm just looking forward to. But I would hope it's the same cast that it is now. But you know what? I can't start getting picky. I'm getting to see it. So that's good at the moment. And if I can see the original cast, which I'm really down to see, that'll be even better. We are immersive tickets, so we will be standing and it'll all be happening all around us and stuff. So I can't wait.
I'm so jealous.
Hold on a minute. You've just come back from Chicago.
I know,
okay?
It is a show.
I know, because you went the one time of the year the theatres were closed.
I know. I would even just take like a wee London trip to go and see Back to the Future.
Aaron,
husband of the podcast.
Aaron, you've got to see Back to the Future. You like the film, don't you?
Love it.
You've got to see the musical. You've got to see it.
I mean, I don't want it to ruin the film for me.
It doesn't. Because I've seen the film so many times and the musical didn't ruin the film for me.
You're such a spiff.
I know. Because I've never seen the film. No lies. I did watch the film after I seen the musical. Yeah. I just did it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
Go and see it, Aaron. Book the tickets.
Yes. Book the tickets.
Is this the reason why this was your plan, was it?
Get him on. Convince him we need to go.
And then bully him on live on air to something he's not sure about?
Yeah. But I've spoken to so many people, not just you, about Back to the Future. And so many people have said to me, Aaron will love it. Like, so many people.
There's few musicals I will ever see
more than once.
And I've seen it 3 times, and I would go back to see it a 4th tomorrow.
It sounds like there's a lot of people that underestimate how miserable I am in life.
Oh, Aaron, don't put yourself down.
No.
You'll love it. No.
You will love it.
Here, we didn't do your entrance today.
What's my entrance?
You were going to come and bubble. Oh, here she comes. Here comes the Queen herself via bubble.
It's It's a very disturbing bubble.
It's well and truly pop now. I mean, you may hope the mechanics of that metal arm that carries you in on your entrance in the bubble isn't as
fragile as
as puny as those bubbles. Pop, pop, pop. Anyway,
I've entered in a bubble.
Why have you entered in a bubble?
Because this week we are talking about Wicked.
Because you totally got that, listeners, from Lauren's outro in the last episode, didn't you? You totally got that Wicked was the musical that we were... I can't even remember what you said. It was so, like...
I know, I think I went off into my own little Lauren land and forgot that my mouth was talking.
Does that happen often?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Do you know what I've noticed in these podcasts as well?
What?
I talk really slowly. Like, I'm like going... like, I don't know what words are about to come out. Like, I know what I'm talking about, but it kind of feels like it's like a delayed from my brain out to my mouth.
Do you know, I think it's because sometimes you're very tired whenever you come. You've either been at the gym or you've been at work or
thanks for throwing that in again.
You know, so I think our listeners will forgive you for that.
Listen,
I haven't
if
noticed
they've stuck with us this far, they'll forgive anything, to be honest. But it is quite funny. You talk, there's a spider on my book.
It's okay. Just a little spider.
Gone.
Oh. That's one way to get rid of it.
Don't come at me, listeners, okay? I killed
First the wasps. Now the spiders.
They've stayed away from me, those wasps. I'm still not over that. How dare they sting me? Anyway, no. So you just talk crap sometimes, and I talk in a delayed fashion.
Can you just do it there?
Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
We are so good that by not planning stuff, we plan stuff. Like, what?
But you know what I mean? Why'd I do that?
I don't know. I think it probably is just a processing thing.
Right, okay. Delayed processing. I didn't realise I had that, but okay.
Which is rather apt.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, right. Shall we get into Wicked?
Yes, you tell us about Wicked.
Wicked!
Dum, dum.
Wicked! It's brilliant, I love it. Okay. So, Wicked is the musical, obviously, Musical Lyrical Lingo, Tim. Music and lyrics by the musical theatre megastar composer Stephen Schwartz, who is the winner of 3 Oscars and 3 Grammys, and has been nominated so far for 6 Tonys, I think.
Oh, so he hasn't.
So he's pretty. No, I don't think. No, well, we'll get on to that in a minute. Yeah, no Tonys. Is that what you're putting your big question mark over? I know, shocker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, so he did the music and the lyrics, and the Stephen Schwartz Wicked is based upon Gregory Maguire's book, The Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. Have you read the book?
No.
Have you not?
No.
I did, and I
you?
loved it.
No, you loved it? I don't mean that disrespectfully, but you didn't used to be a reader.
I wasn't.
More now.
Isn't that that is amazing though, isn't it? Because I hated reading in school. I love it. I love a good old book now.
Yeah.
Now
it's big, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I read it maybe when I was in my early 20s, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I actually thought recently, as recently as last week when I was prepping this episode, I would love to read it again a wee bit older, because it is quite complex as a novel. Do you know what I mean? I do remember at the time reading parts of it and going, I don't really understand what this is on about.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Also, it's kind of a bit sci-fi-y.
Yes.
And that's not my gig.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's not like the stage show isn't a direct copy of the book, isn't that right?
100% is, yeah.
Oh, it is? No,
Yeah.
I thought there was different parts in it where some people die.
Oh, yeah, maybe wee bits have changed a wee bit, but it's pretty much...
pretty similar?
Yeah.
Okay, just apart from a few wee bits.
Yeah, in the Maguire's book, so the plot of the musical as well, all is not what it seems in the world of Oz, as we know it from the film The Wizard of Oz that we did last week. Yeah, so the Wicked Witch of the West, called Elphaba,
which is called Elphaba. Why?
I have no idea.
What? Can I tell you?
Was it in the book?
No, called Elphaba because of L-F bomb.
LF bomb?
Like Elphaba.
Alpha
Like,
bomb.
so do your phonics.
Alpha.
Ba.
Oh. Alphaba. Alphaba?
Who wrote Wizard of Oz? The book.
Oh, bomb.
Okay.
Alpha bomb.
So, L, like
Oh.
B.
Alphaba.
Elphaba.
Alphaba, yeah.
Why are you looking at me so blank?
So she's called Alphaba because of Elphaba.
She's called Elphaba because of the man that wrote Wizard of Oz.
Oh, right, okay.
L. Frank Baum.
L. Frank Baum. Thank you.
Yes, that's what I said.
Is that what you said?
No.
I love that executive producer Aaron's here.
No, that is what I said.
That was, like, I had no idea where you were going.
No, what part did I not make sense in there?
Do you know the bit at the start? To the bit at the very end?
Oh, come on. I was really like...
Anyway, I'm going to move on quickly because I don't want
It's a really fun fact.
I mean, it's clever. I mean, now that I understand the fact.
Elphaba.
Okay, so the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba, was once a starry-eyed, clever student at Shiz University, discriminated against for her green skin. Her co-star, the future Good Witch of the North, is a fellow university student, pretty, popular, and constantly correcting the mispronunciation of her name, Galinda to Glinda. The two girls initially hate each other, yet reciprocated favours slowly give way to a mutual liking and eventually a sisterly love. However, Elphaba's gift for sorcery make her a target for misuse by the head of the university, Madame Morble, great part, and the Wizard of Oz himself. Meanwhile, Galinda is promoted to play the role of the public front of the wizard's government. The ethical questions thrown up in the plot of the musical are furthered by the songs themselves. No one mourns the wicked, and no good deed calls the audience's attention to question who really is evil and the reasons why.
Another political one.
It's deep. It's deeper than on the surface or on the face of it. It looks. Do you know what I mean? Like it is a questioning. Yeah,
that's definitely it. It's written in a way that it makes you don't just accept everything on the surface. Like you need to dig deeper. Don't just believe what people are telling you.
Yeah.
Think about maybe why that person is being deemed as wicked.
Yeah, exactly. And for those Wizard of Oz fans, it's basically a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, and I totally geeked out when I first saw it, and I saw then how they hinted to the involvement of the likes of Dorothy and some of the other characters that are in The Wizard of Oz, and how it glued seamlessly to it. Like, so flipping clever.
Yeah.
Like, really clever.
I love it for that. I love behind the scenes things. One of my favourite things ever is if, say, a film that was popular in the 80s, like, comes back now, and like it's all the original cast, you know, like Cobra Kai for the Karate Kid. I love Cobra Kai because all the originals, like the gang's back together.
Yeah, I
love stuff like that. It's so much fun. So I love the fact that this, you know, then kind of gives you a different backstory to the witch, and there's little wee nods to Wizard of Oz, but yet it can sit separate too. You know, you don't necessarily have to know a lot about Wizard of Oz, even though I'm pretty sure you do, in order to appreciate it.
It doesn't poo-poo like the original, or in this case, The Wizard of Oz. Like, it complements it so nicely. I hate films that they then, 100 years later, decide, oh, we're going to do a prequel to this that would have come before the original film. And then it's pants and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's why I was so thankful that, in my opinion, I thought Hocus Pocus 2 complemented the original one. It didn't take away from it. The original will always still be the best, you know, the best. But as a sequel, it was a sequel, wasn't it, rather than a prequel? As a sequel, it it was good.
Yeah.
Like, it was good. It didn't disappoint.
No.
And, you know, make make you as a fan go, oh, I wish they just left it alone.
Yeah, there's nothing more annoying than that.
Yeah, it's true. Here's the thing, right, though.
Right.
With Wicked, it opened in 2003, okay?
Yeah. 20 years ago.
Oh, don't. Why
Like
are we getting so old?
October 20. Or like, so this October, it'll be 20 years.
It's insane, like...
I don't understand how
where's
that's
time
possible.
going?
I just don't get it.
But it's okay, I look good for me age, I
You
think.
do. You do. As do I. Thank you for saying that.
As do you. As do you. No, but no, I think... Yeah, anyway, move on.
Okay.
It was the winner of 3 Tony Awards.
Yeah.
For Best Actress, which went to Idina Menzel.
Yeah.
Costume design and scenic design. Now, it was nominated for 7 others, including Best Musical, Best Actress for Kristen Chenoweth, and Best Book of Musical and Best Choreography. But hold the phone.
I know.
It wasn't even nominated for Best Score.
I don't understand that one.
Which blows my mind.
Like, how was it not?
Well, I will tell you how, and I'm glad our executive producer Aaron is here, because this involves him.
Yes.
Because there was a certain musical that pipped it to the best score and the best musical, and I think you love this musical. It's one of your favourites.
You do. So think about 20 years ago.
20 years
I know.
Yeah.
So we would have just been meeting for the first time, and I would have been introducing you to musicals, and then you fell in love with this brand new musical, and you've actually been to see it.
Is it Avenue Q?
Yes.
Avenue Q.
So,
fantastic.
Yeah. So Avenue Q pipped Wicked to the post by winning Best Musical and Best Score.
Yeah.
So, again, bad timing for Wicked, because any other year, surely to goodness, Wicked would have cleaned up.
Oh, yeah.
But Avenue Q was just so different and so new as well.
I think that's the point. Avenue Q was so different, and I think what actually has gone on, Wicked didn't win Best Musical like loads of other ones that we've talked about before, but it's one that didn't win but is one of the longest running.
Yeah, that's it.
And there's a great show, I'm pretty sure the title's called Road to Broadway, and it's on YouTube right now, but it's from years ago, and it's about Avenue Q, Wicked, the Boy George musical, Taboo, and then Caroline
or Change.
Yes.
Yeah.
And about them all during the Tony process.
Yeah.
And I think there's a line in it where it says, not like that Avenue Q needed this, but Avenue Q needed it for people to recognise, remember and respect Avenue Q. Wicked was always going to have that respect with the people that were attached to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I get it. Because I do love Avenue Q and it is great.
Yeah.
But I get on the long run, Wicked was always going to succeed. Didn't need the Tony.
Yeah. Interesting. It was a good year for new musicals though. To have Wicked and Avenue Q.
And do watch that on YouTube because it's quite a good
show business. The Road to Broadway.
That's it.
2007 documentary musical. I'm only reading this off the screen because our lovely producer has put it up.
And it's good, and look, it's got some of your favourite faces.
It's got Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, which we will talk about more later. Alan Cummings. I love Alan Cummings.
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell, what did she do?
I think she is something to do with Caroline or Change.
Right, okay. Do you know that she was in, I am almost sure it was Rosie O'Donnell, that was in like a Broadway production of Grease one time as Rizzo?
What?
Absolutely atrocious. Anyway, we'll move on quickly.
Okay.
So, that's my background for Wicked. Do you have any musical lyrical lingos, Laura?
Yeah, but I have an interesting fact. Did you know that Wicked was produced by Mark Platt?
Mark Platt. Why do I know that name?
You should know that name. That is Ben Platt's father.
Ah, okay.
That is why Ben Platt...
The Platt dynasty.
...is Ben Platt.
I love him.
Yeah.
Have you listened to his album?
No, you told me about it when
Holy moly, it's one of the best albums I've ever listened to. Like, I adore that singer. Outside of his like music, like in the musical theatre world, Ben Platt is sensation. Like, he's one of the best out there at the moment. But his album, which is called Sing to Me Instead, brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, 2019.
Okay.
It came out. I love it.
Okay,
it's
I'm going to listen to that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's
so
him,
Dad
but
produced.
So Schwartz read the novel of Wicked, and then he was like, "This needs to be on stage," and he had to beg Maguire to let go of the rights, because he had already promised and released the rights to Universal to create a film. So he had to go and speak to Mark Platt.
Wow.
And then Mark Platt understood what Schwartz was trying to do, and then said, "Okay, I'll produce it."
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
and then fast forward, they're still doing the movie anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Oh wow, brilliant.
So yeah, I loved that fact that is
class.
Yeah, that's who it is, and that's how that person then kind of started.
And I think all the Platt brothers, they certainly all sing, and I know that. I think 2 out of the 3 are Broadway, have been in Broadway and performed. I don't know if the youngest one, Henry,
I'm not sure,
has been on Broadway, but I know the other 2 have. Oh, well, obviously Ben, but I actually think his other brother played Fiyero in Wicked for a while.
I think
that's how I first he came to my attention, on social, like on Instagram, because he was in Wicked at the time. Yeah. Can't remember his name.
Well, yeah, so isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So, musical lyrical lingos then.
Go for it.
I didn't have a huge amount.
Yeah. Why, I wonder? Because it's just a wee bit more modern, or
I think
really well written lyrics? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I didn't. In the song, "What is this feeling so sudden and new?" Loathing.
I felt the moment I laid eyes on you.
Yeah. This word, which I'm not going to be able to say, Fervid. Fervid. Fervid as a flame.
Does it have a name?
See, I could sing it. I just couldn't say it.
Yeah. Weird. Just sing it.
Which means passionate and excessive.
So to be fervid means you're passionate.
And excessive.
Fervid as a flame, does it have a name?
Yes. No, does it not mean that?
It means you're passionate to an excessive degree.
Oh, I wrote it down right. Wrong. Thank you. See, this is why somebody's
here.
There. And then just that, I love that word, unadulterated. Like, I just think it sits really nice on your mouth.
Unadulterated loathing, especially when they sing it. Yeah. Like that, yeah.
So
it's a great song.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. Is that the one where they're writing a letter home?
Yes.
Because they've arrived at
Mum and Popsicle.
So they've arrived at Shiz University and they're both writing home. And one of them says, unusually and exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe. And then Elphaba just says about Glinda, blonde.
Yeah. Doom, 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 doom.
Doom, doom. But anyway, very good.
And then Dancing Through Life.
Dancing Through Life, which is Fiero's number,
so he kind of is like the heartthrob of Shiz University.
Yeah.
And he comes like bursting onto
He's like one of those guys in university or in school that I couldn't stand. You know, like the popular, good looking, like smarmy arseholes. Yeah. Yeah. Aaron, you weren't a smarmy arsehole at school. You mean you were popular?
And he kind of like, as he's singing, he's like pushing his way through crowds and all, and like dancing through life. So he mentions about being callow.
Yeah. They want you to become less callow, less shallow.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Callow means to be... callow is immature or inexperienced. So in life they want you to be less immature. Okay. And he is, like, he's a prat, like.
Yeah. Especially in the first act.
Yeah.
And then it says
he comes into his own a wee bit, doesn't he?
Sly it off. Sloughh.
Slough it off in... So... When you can...
No need to tough it. Oh, does that mean...
No need to tough it when you can slough it off as I do. Nothing matters, knowing nothing matters. Yeah. When you can slough it off as I do.
Does he just mean like shrug it off?
Shrug it off, maybe, yeah.
I think that's kind of what it is.
Very good.
And I also like that there's the... this is what I think is very clever about Wicked. Mm-hmm. And you've mentioned it before, the little references to Wizard of Oz. So in Dancing Through Life, he says, for the brainless.
Yeah.
And he later goes on to be the Scarecrow.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where one of those links is made, that Fiyero ends up being a Scarecrow. I don't know if we should because I think it is one of those musicals that if you haven't seen and you will see it, like, you don't want to give too much away, do you? True.
So the definition means to become shed or cast off.
So slough it off, so cast it off. As I do.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Was that it?
Yeah, I mean, I did have no wizard that there is or was is ever gonna bring, which is true.
Oh, why did you stop there? I was waiting for the big belt.
Hi. And that's one of my connections to it, so I'll maybe come back to it, actually, because I do want to talk about that.
In The Wizard and I, that Elphaba sings just when she's arrived, and she's kind of thinking, oh my goodness.
So she's just had that conversation with the wizard.
Yeah, and she's been complimented, hasn't she? And she's going, oh my goodness, I'm valued, people see my worth, and she gets quite excited.
Just her green skin.
So she's dreaming up these big dreams, and she sings, why I predict the wizard could make you his magic grand vizier. Yes. So Vizier. And that was a high-ranking political advisor or minister. Now, I think there's links to Middle Eastern countries. I think that's where this word kind of comes from, or that role within some Middle Eastern countries. You're called a vizier, but I didn't know what that was. And then she also sings about, and since folks here to an absurd degree seem fixated on my verdigris. Yeah. So it's Verdi and then Gris. And that, I thought this was incredibly cool because I didn't know what this meant at all. It's the green copper-based pigment that forms on copper or brass. So think of the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. It's that colour because of atmospheric oxidation, isn't it? Yep. So that's what verdigris is. It's that pigment. And I didn't know that. What a clever lyric. Swartz is...
I remember actually that from whenever I first heard it, and then being like, oh yeah, because she's green.
Yeah, so clever. So clever. I learned how to flirt in Popular because she takes and to become popular. So I now know, I wish somebody had
brushed your hair, took your glasses off.
Or I just wish Wicked had maybe been written maybe 6 or 7 years earlier. And I could have listened to it, and then I would have known how to be really popular in school. Because I wasn't that popular in school. Not until the last couple of years. She's looking at me like I was never popular in school.
No, that's not.
You are. That's exactly what you're doing.
I wasn't doing that. I mean, I've got it written down when exactly what year we were, whenever we had it. But it's going to mess up with my connections.
Okay, I'm not going to say it. Don't say anything then. I've got a lyric that sings, blithe smile, life limb. Mm-hmm. She always wins him, she wins him. What's that? I'm not that
girl.
I'm not that girl. So that's Elphaba singing about Glinda, isn't it?
So she really likes Fiyero. But in Act 1, Fiyero and Glinda are together.
She has all his attention, doesn't she?
So she's sort of singing that, being on
the side.
I'm not that girl.
It's like a want song, isn't it? I want song. It's Elphaba's I want song.
Yeah.
So Blithe Smile, Blithe. I didn't understand what that was. Life Limb. Lithe. And then she also then follows on with she who's winsome. She wins him. So winsome, Winsome. So.
Right, okay.
Dictionary corner time.
Yeah.
Blithe. So blithe smile. Blithe means casual, cheerful or happy.
Okay.
Right.
Like
so
a happy spirit. Isn't that something? That's a book or something?
Is it a film as well?
It could be.
Yeah. Is that the one where he's a writer and his ex-wife is dead? No, moving on. Moving on. Okay. Life limb. I think I'm saying these words right. Lithe. Means agile. Yes, that's the one I was thinking. Blithe spirit. So that he's a writer and his ex-wife is dead and is haunting him, but he's doing all of the writing through her.
That's it. Yes, and it's an old film. It was a remake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. So back to Blithe was casual, cheerful, and happy. Life limb. Lithe is agile, graceful and supple, and then winsome, Winsome, is appealing or attractive.
Oh.
She who's winsome, appealing or attractive, she wins him.
I just thought she had it repeated.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I thought wins him.
Yeah, wins
I thought
him.
it was wins him, but it's winsome.
Oh, so clever.
Diction.
I know.
If they maybe spat the words out a wee bit more, I wouldn't have realised that I was singing the wrong lyrics. Always blame someone else, right?
Absolutely.
Defying Gravity. I learnt that I'm through with accepting limits because someone says they're so, which is a direct quote from the song.
I love that passion and that drive and that I'm fighting for a cause.
I could see you in green. You are an Elphaba, like.
I love whenever she gets to that part.
Yeah. You are an Elphaba, like.
Thanks.
And then in one short day, when they go to the Emerald, that's the one. They sing about, I want to be in this hoi ploy. I want to be in this hoi ploy.
Oh, yes.
That bit. And that means masses. Like to be in the masses.
Oh, amongst people.
Amongst people. The ancient Greek expression for the many or the people.
Oh.
There you go.
Who says musicals can't teach you stuff?
You say this all the time.
I know.
I mean, that's why you came to me originally.
I came to you.
She came to me in a dream. And I went, ah! She was green. Bird green. I'm only joking, yeah. I mean, you've got a great head and no shoulders. You come up with the greatest ideas. So, what's the memories? What were we not allowed to talk about earlier?
No, it's not that we weren't allowed to talk about. So, we were in year 13, which is lower sixth in old school, Molly. And
I wasn't popular in lower sixth. It was only upper sixth when I got head boy that was popular.
Oh, so for 1 year?
Correct.
Okay. And you came in, because you and your dad were really good at that, like being like, Lauren, here's a new musical, listen to it. And you came in and you were like, have you listened to Wicked? And I was like, no, I haven't. And, you know, like obviously you knew my love for Wizard of Oz, and you were like, take this home tonight and bring it back. So I stayed up all night listening to it.
Why can't I remember these lovely memories?
I know. So then I came in the next day, gave it back to you. Probably.
So it was a CD, was it?
Yeah.
Right, so I gave it a CD.
I obviously took a copy of that. And then we were sitting in drama class, and I was like quoting this line, like, no wizard that there is or was, is it? And I was so clever because it's not a wizard, it's Dorothy that kills her. You know, I was like going over it, and you turn around to like everybody else in the class and be like, she's a nut job because I only gave her that last night. Like, how does she know those lines already? And I remember being like, am I weird? I don't care.
Because I'm Elphaba, I'm just not green.
And like,
oh, that's lovely.
I know. So it was really you that introduced me to Wicked.
Job well done.
I know.
Tim.
And then literally fell in love with it, was obsessed with it. So much so to the point, like, I don't think Dad has heard it since me and Caitlin listened or lived in the house. And something was on TV really recently, or was Charlotte listening to it, and he just went, it was like a flashback.
Oh,
and he went, oh my gosh, remember whenever you and your sister were obsessed with that?
Was he saying it in an American accent too?
Shush.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
we then did go. Were you on that holiday with us whenever we went to see Wicked?
No.
Are you sure? Pretty sure we went to see Wicked, and you and Dad went to the Comedy Store.
I was.
Yeah.
But he didn't see Wicked.
No, he didn't see Wicked. And I bought a Wicked hoodie.
Yeah, me
and
too.
my son wears that now.
Does
I actually turned around to him really recently and said, see that hoodie that you're wearing? It's 20 years old, but it actually is near 20 years old.
I got a Wicked hoodie too.
I think everybody did. It was like,
Yeah.
You're not a real musical theatre fan if you don't have a Wicked hoodie.
It's weird though, because obviously we were in a world that was musical theatre was such a big part of, right? Mm-hmm. But Wicked to me was like, I just have a real memory that Wicked was the first new musical that I really remember, like, not knowing anything about, and this new musical's come out and apparently it's really good, and, you know, being really excited for something completely new. Like, I don't remember shows before that weren't the classics, or they had been around for a very long time. Like, within our lifetime, Wicked seems to be the first one that I remember going, I've never seen or heard this before. Mm-hmm. Like, this is so exciting. And then closely followed by Avenue Q, obviously. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I remember a real buzz to that. And then we were in America one Christmas, and we went to see it on Broadway. Mm-hmm. And it was, you know, it was probably within its first year, I think, maybe. And I loved it. But then, like a year or two later, I went to see it again when it opened in London for the first time. And Idina Menzel had come over to open it in London, and going, oh, wow. But what amazed me about the London production was I went, oh, that is hands down wipes the floor with the Broadway production.
Really?
Which I could not believe, because I don't know, wrongly, probably, in my head, I just went, oh my goodness, shows in Broadway must be the best shows in the world. They must be so much better than shows in London. And I'm telling you, the London production wiped the floor with the Broadway one. Like, really, hands down. And I didn't expect it. I expected to go and be like, oh yeah, it was brilliant. But remember when we saw it in Broadway, and I did not have that opinion. I just thought London's was so good, like, so good. And then I saw it again for a third time, and I saw a local girl, Rachel Tucker, Tucker with a T, as she calls herself, playing Elphaba, and she was amazing. Like, and I actually think she's up there with one of the best Elphabas ever.
She's definitely my top 3.
If not the best, dare I say it. Like, Idina's brilliant, and she's the original, and you can never take that away from her. But like, something about Rachel Tucker, especially her no good deed, like you were saying about that moment where Alphabet lets rip. Like, Tucker does that. Rachel Tucker did that brilliantly, and I remember going, "You're from Belfast,
yeah,
like a girl from Belfast." And was she in the same production as then Zoe, our friend Zoe, who played
sure.
Nessa Rose?
Yeah.
I don't know if they were together, but then our friend Zoe, who I had idolised and looked up to through our years in stage school, because she was slightly older than us. She ended up going into the London production of Wicked as Nessa Rose, who is the Wicked Witch of the West sister.
Yep.
Wicked Witch of the East, is that right? Mm-hmm.
She's who Dorothy drops the house on.
Yeah, and she's who, in Wicked, brings about the Tin Man character as well. So we won't say how it happens, but, you know, she has a part to play in that. And I just remember going, wow, like, girls from Belfast are in this big, like, hit musical. How cool. Like, amazing.
Yeah, we seen it on the West End. Do you actually know that you've told that story? Did you go and see it that Christmas we were in New York together? Was that what you went to see?
I think we might have, yeah.
Because that was 2003 into 2004.
Yeah, because I can remember when I was thinking about my memories whether you had seen it in Broadway as well, which makes me think we were there at the same time, but we maybe just went to different shows that year.
No, so we definitely didn't see it in Broadway.
Yeah.
but then it wasn't that long, and then it was in the West End, and then I would have been... Yeah, so we seen it. I remember in the West End, I've seen it a couple of times, but the first time I seen it, just feeling like it's so big.
It's massive. Yeah.
So big and just mesmerizing.
Yeah, the production values are insane. Like, the stage alone feels like it's really, really wide, and they come from everywhere in the side structures, and it's just really cool.
It's great.
It's really cool.
So we've seen Indina Menzel and Adam Garcia. As Adam Garcia was Fiyero. Whenever we've seen it.
I don't know if he was our Fiyero, but definitely the first time in London I saw Adina, and then the second time I saw Rachel. Yeah.
Well, I can't really picture anybody else other than...
What are you doing?
Sorry,
Were you trying to find
He's got
something?
bored now. He's just bored of listening to us, so he's playing his own wee videos. It's fine, Aaron. You won't be back next one. Don't worry.
Adam Garcia, I can't see anybody else as Fiyero.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really like him.
It's a role that, it's sometimes hit and miss with who they get.
Oh, 1,000%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so... Because I have seen it a couple of other times post, the first 3 times I saw it. I also, for me, just personally, it's starting to lose its shine a wee bit, but I think I've maybe seen it too many times. But every time I've gone, the Elphaba has always been unbelievable. The Glinda's always been great. But every so often you get a wee ropey Fiyero, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? And he's got too much in the show to be ropey, do you know what I mean?
To just bring in a star.
Yeah,
to just bring in a name.
Some were stars, some were just not great.
What do you feel about the second half of Wicked? How do you
So
there's this chit chat. So you know that whenever it first aired in Broadway or first was on, the critics give it a terrible time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people felt like it wasn't finished. It needed more.
I think it's rushed towards the end.
Yeah, I would say that about it. It is. It feels like they're trying to throw so much into it.
Yeah,
you get an awful lot of character development, and I'm not sure we need all of those character developments, because the way that they are played from the beginning, you should already go, she's not wicked, or is she wicked? I think there's maybe a wee bit too much.
But we kind of have to think she could be wicked, because all we know, if you haven't seen it before, all we know is the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz, who, for all intents and purposes, the version that's in the Wizard of Oz is wicked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think we've got to believe, oh my goodness, she's gonna be really wicked. So
but you don't get that from the beginning.
No. That's what
isn't played like that.
No, yeah, I don't know.
So do you know what I mean? I don't know if they need to draw that out as long as they do about where's the snap, where's the change.
No, I think you do need it actually, because I think you've got the audience have to be endeared to her. They have to be on Elphaba's side. So you need you need the early Elphaba before she's wronged or she's had enough of, all the things that are happening that shouldn't be happening, and people that are being, taken advantage of and mistreated. So you definitely need to champion Elphaba. Or maybe that's just my personal opinion.
I agree with that.
Because I come out feeling fonder towards Elphaba than I ever do towards Glinda.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's how I feel too. But I just feel like the way it's written, you already feel like you're on Elphaba's side from the beginning.
Oh, right from the word go, because she's green and nobody likes her.
Because of how she was born and why she's green and all of that, and how she's treated.
Perhaps.
So I think it's cleverly written that you maybe just don't need. You could have maybe cut off maybe something. I don't know where. And made the second part not feel as rushed. Second half.
Yeah. But then I also think is the second bit, particularly the latter half of Act 2, not rushed, because they don't want to go into the Wizard of Oz kind of storyline too much. Do you know what I mean? Because there is the the Wizard of Oz characters established by Act 2.
Yes.
So we all know what's going to happen, and I don't think they then want it to become like basically a modern remake of the Wizard of Oz.
True.
I don't know. That's the only thing I can...
Okay.
They kind of like almost like they acknowledge it and they throw in wee like nuggets towards the original, but they don't go into any of it in too much detail. Do you know what I mean? Like you never see Dorothy.
No.
In Wicked, you see...
Shadows.
You see a shadow of her. Do you know what I mean? But you never see that character.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
cool. It's nice. It's nice. You know. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the second half is definitely not as strong as the first half.
Okay.
And I do feel it is a wee bit rushed, but the musical I do like overall, altogether.
Yeah. My favourite number comes in Act 2 though.
Which is?
No Good Deed. Aww. It's the best. It is better than Defying Gravity. I
agree with you. I don't know if is it because Defying Gravity is overplayed again. If somebody thinks they can sing those notes, they sing it, and you're like, please don't.
Yeah. Stop squawking. Yeah.
Well, yeah, No Good Deed is a real...
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Yeah, I know it.
Love it. What are these words?
I don't even know what I'm reading. I don't even know what trick I ought to try.
Yeah, where are you?
Already dead or bleeding.
Love it.
We're so staging.
I know.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. However, the last time I saw it, I went, okay, but I can rest this now for a while.
You feel like you've seen it enough times?
I think so. I think I don't need to rush back to Wicked. Which surprised me, to be quite honest with you, but I just went, I wasn't, and don't get me wrong, because like the Elphaba was Lucy Jones, who I think is
she's great.
Insane. Like, as musical theatre stars go at the moment, she's right up there on my list. Like, I think she's just incredible. So, and she was incredible. And like the cast were incredible. It wasn't a casting. It was like a story, a musical story thing. I was like, okay, I think I've seen it too many times now that I don't get the same buzz or the same feeling that I get from bits that I would have got before. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think probably...
Okay, I've had enough. I've had my fill.
You can then understand why long-running musicals don't happen very often.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, they're still raking in the people. Like, it was jam-packed. It was full. Absolutely full to the rafters. And it's a massive, massive theatre. I think it's one of the biggest theatres, isn't it, in London? The Apollo, Victoria. Yeah. And every seat was filled.
Is that mental?
It's insane.
For a near 20 years.
Totally insane. Yeah.
Like, that's bizarre. To think that it's still running and there hasn't been an adaptation.
And it's one of those shows that's also everywhere in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is everywhere.
And constantly on a tour somewhere.
Yeah, and it's lovely. For a long time it was too big for a UK and an Ireland tour. I haven't seen the UK or the Ireland tour.
No.
But they must have found a way of fitting it into loads of the venues, and it's nice that a show like that gets out to the regional theatres here now.
Because it's important.
Yeah, and it's a great... I mean, as musical theatre goes, it's a brilliant piece of musical theatre. Everybody should see it, you know, at least once. Like,
just to appreciate, again, that something has come from this source material into this now stage musical and what has been done with it, while also protecting something else that wasn't connected to it, but is connected. You know, I don't know. There's just lots of layers.
Well, that's it. It's just really... it's just been really well done. It complements, you know, The Wizard of Oz really nicely, I think. And made huge stars out of the original witches, you know, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, who were perfect casting.
Now, Schwartz wrote it for Christian.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So she was always going to be
he always had her in mind.
Glinda.
Yeah. Now, Idina wasn't. It was another lady. I've forgotten her name. She did the, sort of tried it out.
The workshopy kind of things.
Bits,
yeah.
And then they brought in Indina. And then that girl, she actually then did go on to play.
Okay.
Especially in the US tour.
Okay, very good.
Which is kind of nice, especially if you've workshopped something and you've created it, and then you do get.
And was there a reason why she didn't eventually open it in Broadway? And it was Idina?
They just wanted Indina.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Idina came to their attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she had just left Rent.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, amazing. But, like, to play that part 8 times a week, like, you need to have some pipes on you, don't you?
And there's some people that have done it. Like, Lizzie Jones didn't have a very long run as Elphaba.
Yeah.
But there's, like, Rachel Tucker did. Her run was pretty long. And did she go and play it in Broadway as well? Rachel Tucker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Louise Dearman is the only one to play both Glinda and Elphaba.
Which is kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it was Stephanie J. Block who played Elphaba in the workshops.
Ah.
Yeah, okay. And was in the first national tour and later as a Broadway cast replacement before Idina was cast in the late 2000s.
I knew there was somebody there.
See, this is why it's really useful to have Aaron in this Google.
It's great. We'll love it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's brilliant. I think, dare I say it, I might be saying it too early, I think Stephanie J. Block has a link to next week's episode.
Oh, you might be right.
I'm almost sure. Obviously, we will fact check that after this episode. But here, we can't talk about Wicked without talking about the 2024 film.
And 2025 film.
And 2025, because they've decided we're not going to get one Wicked film, we're going to get 2. Part 1, then part 2.
Which destroys me because I'm so impatient.
I know, but what are your thoughts of, they basically said, when originally it was only going to be one film, and then they started work in process, started the filming process, and I think it was the director that went, hold on a minute, there's too much here, there's too much in this to rush it 3 in 1.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm intrigued to see how they put it into film.
Yeah.
There's certain elements I'm like, are you going to ruin that? Are you, I don't want any real dream sequences. I know there's a flashback as such because Glinda comes down and we know that the witch is dead, and then it's like, aren't you friends? And it's kind of like, yes. So I understand that there may have to be some form of like dream sequence, but I don't want it to be naff.
Although the dream sequences in Chicago worked. Chicago, the film.
Yeah.
But was that just, I suppose, because it was from a
character's
point of view? Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest question about the two-part film is, where are they going to split it? Like, where are they going to stop the first one?
Oh, I know
to start the second one?
They're going to split it where the interval is.
They'll go to Defying Gravity and then stop?
Yeah.
Oh, lordy days. Right, okay.
Do you not think so?
I don't know. Like,
I just assume
I know it works well in the musical, but it works really well in the musical because she suddenly flies up over and out over the audience, and it's a big theatrical wow moment.
And I think that
will it be theatrically wow?
Oh yeah, I think especially if she, people then start become scared of that character and then go, oh, we don't know, and of course I would think that they would be able to do that in a way where it leaves you going, oh,
what's going to happen next? Yeah.
I don't know. I could be completely wrong. They could finish it after they go to...
I know, like where... Yeah.
Oz? Yeah, I don't know.
And what do you think of the casting then? So, Ariana Grande is playing Glinda. Cynthia Erivo is playing Elphaba. And she's like West End Broadway musical theatre star.
When she performs for A Colour Purple.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, your heart is ripped out.
She's still either like the cast recording or the videos, the endless videos of her performing it on YouTube, regardless of what it is I listen to or I watch, and I've done it multiple times. It still makes my hairs on my arm stand up. She gives me, what are those, goosebumps?
Yeah, goosebumps.
Yeah. She's stunning, like.
She's stunning, but I haven't seen enough of her to know what she will be like in this. I have no doubt that she's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
But to me, all I can see is her as
Colour Purple. Cecile, yeah.
I love the Colour Purple book. I did it in school.
We need to do that as an episode. We do this every week.
I know. There's so many musicals. Also, that was my thing. Whenever we introduced me to this, I had just finished doing Frankenstein in school, so I was really involved in that nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about this too.
Yeah.
So I think I was in the right headspace for
what is it Glinda
says
at the beginning of the show is do wicked,
she has parents.
Do people have wicked born in them or wicked thrust upon them? Is that what they say? And it's I'm saying it's such a powerful line and message, and I can't remember what it actually is, but I think it's something like that. Do people have wickedness?
Or are they born with it?
People born with it.
I can't remember.
Yeah. And then Jonathan Bailey of Bridgerton.
Beautiful man.
Yeah. Perfect for Fiyero. And he can also sing An Absolute Dream. Because I saw him in the West End production of Company with Patti LuPone. And he was amazing. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he was amazing. And I didn't know of him until that production.
He is great.
So, the lyric is, are people born wicked or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? Yeah, it's a great line.
Yeah. And it does make you think.
What do you think? Are people born wicked or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
Ooh.
Nobody's born wicked.
Nah, I think it all comes down to nature versus nurture.
Yeah, indeed. God, we're going deep. Let's end it there. That's me. I can't be coping.
Yeah, we're all
Do you have a standing ovation?
The music.
Yeah, it's class, isn't
it? It's got to be. I think we'll create Musical Lyrical Lingo Awards for those people that don't get Tonys or Oliviers.
Yeah. Congratulations, Stephen Swartz. You have not won a Tony, but you're getting a Musical Lyrical Lingo.
Could you imagine?
Statue. Yeah. Oh gosh. I don't know how you'd feel about that. What's that?
It's meant to be a confetti pop.
Jeez. Okay.
It was interesting, that noise.
I mean, the bubbles were something. The confetti pop was something else. Yeah. My standing ovation... Bubble. My standing ovation is no good deed.
No good deed.
Well,
I do. Again. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
On to next week.
Yeah.
So, a wee different one next week again. We're going to do a wee three-hander, aren't we? We're going to look at some... Am I saying this right? Biopic?
I was going to say, what way do you say it? Do you say it biopic?
Biopic.
Biopic.
Musicals of three absolute divas. So now you guys need to think about which divas are we talking about.
I wish somebody's going to come along with something really obscure that we haven't thought about. Yeah, three divas. Divas? Two are divas. One diva?
They're all divas.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, three divas.
They all sing An Absolute Dream. Nah, they're all musical divas,
Am I thinking of the right... is diva not, demanding?
No, in the musical term, I would say divas are, really good at their game.
Okay, well, really... yes on that, but yeah, I suppose the way I was thinking of it,
Okay, so...
divas.
Three really...
Powerhouses.
Powerhouses, there we go. We'll go with diva. The definition of diva is a famous female singer of popular music.
Oh.
Or it can be a self-important person, but I'm going with the first.
Okay, well, yeah. We are both right.
Diva. Both right. Okay, Lauren. Both right. And with that...
we shall love yous and leave yous.
I might be back next week.
You keep threatening this and you keep coming back.
Well, you could be murdering me and burying me in the back garden.
Why?
I don't know. Just
What's that in relation to?
I just get a wee look every so often. You know?
Yeah, I get them.
Oh, shut up. Right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.